Well, hello, welcome back. I do have an update for my Miraidon build, and let me tell you, I did a video on this before, and that deck was bringing me lots of success, and I will tell you, since Surging Sparks came out, the deck has gotten better, a lot better. I've been playing this quite a bit online, and I get about 3 or 4 wins for every loss online, and it's just running smooth. And I did make some changes. And move some things around. So let's get into the deck list, of course, at first. So we kept some of our staples. You still have Miraidon. This is the engine. And generally speaking, this is the card you want to target on when you first go on your first turn, either with a Nest Ball, an Ultra Ball, whatever you can do. You want to get Miraidon out, get him on your bench, and start getting some of these lightning Pokemon out onto your bench to fill that out. Alright, now usually, generally speaking, when you start bringing Miraidon out, your top 2 attackers are either going to be Raikou V, who is going to hit harder depending upon how many people you have on your bench. He's also going to provide a little bit of draw power with this fleet-footed when he's up in the active. So he's a very powerful one to power up at first. If it doesn't look like you're going to pull a lot of energy off early in the game, just pop 2 on Raikou V, get it going. Now, your number 1 target, though, if the deck you are playing against has low HP basic Pokemon, you want to try to get Iron Hands up and running with 4 energies. Now that could be difficult. So if your energy is running a little low, maybe you could drop some on Raikou and then start powering your Iron Hands up. Or if you think you might be able to get to the 4, you commit to it and go to the 4, hit with an amp, and you could take something out early in the match. You just want to jump all over. This deck is fast and aggressive. You're going to set up, you're going to jump all over your opponent. A couple other cards I put in here. So you got your Pikachu EX, replaces the Mewtwo EX. A couple of cool things about this one. It's a Terra Pokemon. It's going to allow you to expand your bench out to 8 with Area 0. It also has this Resolute Heart ability, so it cannot get one shot unless your opponent does some trickery. They can use a Canceling Clone or maybe put a damage counter on him earlier, but if he's full HP, he cannot get one shot. We are not using Pikachu EX for the attack. It is a nice attack, but it discards a bunch of energy. You need a lot of different energy. It's really hard to get to, so we're gonna stay away from that one for now. The other one you want to keep an eye out, Squawkabilly EX. If you can get him out on your first turn, along with Miraidon, that should be your priority. If you can't get him out in the first turn, then he's pretty much not going to be of any use to you. But he allows you to draw 6 more cards after you use this Squawk and Seize ability. So if you can get that up and running, great. Then we got some bench fillers in here, some support. Latias EX is a great card for his ability Skyliner, or her ability, apologies. Your base Pokemon in here have no retreat cost, so very good stuff there. You just pop that on the bench and you can move your guys in and out as needed. Pretty much everything in here is a basic Pokemon with 2 exceptions. One of them is going to be the Regieleki VMAX, who has free retreat anyway. The only one that you can get stuck up there is Magneton. But other than that, everybody in and out with this guy up, so nobody gets stuck. Lumineon V is going to help you pull either that Arven, get an Electric Generator, maybe one of our boss's orders, so we could target somebody on the other side of the field. So great card. Zap gives you an extra 10 damage. Also just a lightning Pokemon you can use to fill out your bench. Fezandipiti, everybody knows, if somebody takes an attack, you can get a little draw power here, add 3 extra cards. And you got your Magnemite Magneton combo. This one will blow up and will actually allow your opponent to take a prize card. Why? Why do we want to do this? Well, pretty much everyone we play with here, with the exception of maybe Zapdos, is going to be a 2-prizer. So your opponent's prize trade is going to go 2, 4, 6 for the win. So if we can take and give them 1 prize card, but allows us to pull 3 basic energy and stick them on, say, an Iron Hands, it actually does not change our prize trade much. So, you know, say they take 2, we pop Magneton, now they've taken 3. Well, they still have to knock out 2 more of our V's and EXs in order to get to those 6 prizes. So the Magneton actually does not mess our prize trade up, but it does really help us with accelerating energy. And then we do have a bench filler here with Regieleki V. He comes in. Now he can be really impactful if you can get this VMAX in and on top of him, because he's going to add 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So just keep that in mind. So we've got the Zapdos adding 10, and then we've got the Regieleki VMAX adding 30. So you could add 40 into your attacks if you can get that up. The only trick with this guy, if you watch my other video, you know he has a 3 prize card penalty if he gets knocked out. Huge whopping HP. So you want to be careful. Do not bench him against your Raging Bolts, your Lugias, if they're using, especially if they're using like the Cincino. Don't bench him against PAL. Don't bench him against these decks that can load up a bunch of energy and then just take a huge hit for a 1-hit KO, because that's going to allow 3 prize cards to get dropped. Other than that, though, most of your matchups, you're going to be good with him on the bench. He's going to help you. So this is the base cards. Oh, last one, Raichu V. So Raichu V, generally, I'm going to use late game, and that's if I need a big hit. Say they have a Charizard out, or you know, a big HP Pokemon, and I need that 1-hit KO power that we were just talking about with Regieleki VMAX. You can get that with Raichu V if you have a lot of energy on the field. He goes really well with Magneton. You blow a Magneton up, you add 3 basic energy cards. Raichu V can then use those basic energy cards, hit 60 for each, so that's 180 extra damage just from that. You know, you might have some energy on your Iron Hands or Raikou V, or maybe even a Miraidon if you're using him to attack. You could even use your VMAX to attack as well. It doesn't have a bad attack. 220 free retreat. So Raichu V, good closer if you need to reach that high level. Not 100% necessary card. If you need to discard something early, you can discard him, but I really like him for the later game. It also depends on your matchups if you're going to need him or not. Trainers. So Hisuian Heavy Ball. As you saw, we had a lot of one-ofs in here, right? We got we got a one-of Magnemite. Got a one-of Pikachu EX. You've got, you know, the one-of Lumineon, one-of Latias. So any of these guys get prized, the Fez. Any of these guys get prized, you know, especially like Pikachu gets prized. Well, now you can't expand your bench out. That's kind of tough. Raikou, he's very limited, so it's going to kind of limit your deck a little bit. So that's where this Hisuian Heavy Ball comes in. You could grab that basic Pokemon right out of the prize cards. Again, almost everything we have is a basic Pokemon. The only thing you won't be able to get out of the prizes with that is either a Magneton or the VMAX. VMAX is, yeah, it's just a little bit of topping there. You don't really need the VMAX. We decided to go Secret Box this time. We switched it up from Prime Catcher. Secret Box is just so good. You can get this off of an Arven, grab an item, and then you could discard some cards. Don't be afraid to discard a couple energy early. Why do I say that? Because this Magneton, one thing that I learned is you have to use the basic energy you're going to accelerate have to be from your discard pile. Make note of that, discard pile. You can't grab them out of your deck. So if you don't have any energy cards in your discard pile, he can't grab them to add on. So just keep that in mind. But your secret box, you do have to discard 3 cards, but for that, you get 4 cards back. You get an item card. So you could grab an Electric Generator, a Nest Ball, get one of those one-offs in, any one of those items in there. You could grab a tool card, so whether you want to pop a Bravery Charm on your Raikou, whether you want to get the future booster energy on your Iron Hands, Rescue Board to get somebody out of the active if you don't have Latias up. You get a supporter card for your next turn. If you used Arven, it's going to be for your next turn. So supporters, we're going to run just Boss and Arven, 4 and 4. Pretty simple, straightforward. I do have a build where I was using Roxanne for a while. I did really like Roxanne in this. I could think about switching that back out for the future booster, kind of back and forth on that. But right now it's just Boss and Arven. And then your Stadium card, which is huge, right? The Stadium card opens a lot of things. Opens your bench up, allows you to get all these supporters in here, allows the Raikou, who hits harder for everybody you bench. He gets in there, starts doing some damage. So Secret Box, great. You could also grab a Forest Seal Stone off of that. Forest Seal Stone can get you either your Squawkabilly on turn 1, lets you just pull 6 more cards. He could get you something that is needed. Pretty much any card, either Electric Generator a lot of times, sometimes a boss, just depends upon what you need at that point in time in the game. Electric Generator standard, hit or whiff. This is the roll the dice part of the deck. Doesn't feel good when you start whiffing with these, but we do have quite a bit of energy in. It does happen, so just keep that in mind. Rescue Board, usually we use these early on. Pretty much every Pokemon. If you look at the retreat costs in here. Now Latias has a 2 retreat cost, but also has the ability that has no retreat cost, so could ignore that one. Magneton, 1 retreat cost. Lumineon, 1 retreat cost. Zapdos is going to be the only one it can't work on, I do believe. Iron Hands also the 4 retreat cost, but you have the future booster, which will also allow you, or a Latias. Everybody else, 1 retreat, 1 retreat, 1, 1, 1, 1, none, and 1. So somebody gets stuck pretty much early. You don't have a Latias out. You could use a Rescue Board. Just about everybody get them out. Nest Balls, again, first turn, you're going to be looking to pull a Miraidon, then a Squawkabilly after that. Look to grab your supporters that are not lightning with your Nest Balls, because you can always grab lightning Pokemon with a Miraidon, assuming you have one on your bench. So Nest Balls are generally going to be for a Latias. You cannot use it on Lumineon. Don't make that mistake. You put them right on your bench. You can't use the ability. You could use your Nest Ball for Fezandipiti. You can use your Nest Ball for a Peak. Well, actually, you don't want him with a Miraidon. You can use it for a Squawkabilly. So it's usually where you're going to use your Nest Balls. Bravery Charm. If you have not put a Forest Seal Stone on your Raichu or your Raikou early, you could slap a Bravery Charm on him. If you're having him go out and do attacks, 200 is a bit low. So Bravery Charm really helps him out. Other than that, maybe you throw it on your hands. If somebody, make him a little bit harder to hit, get him out of reach. Those are mainly the 2 that I would use it on. Now, keep in mind, only can use Bravery Charm on basic Pokemon. I see people make this mistake. They'll put their Bravery Charm on, say, Regieleki VMAX. Hey, we'll make him 360. You can't do that. He's not a basic, okay? So just a tip there. Your boss's orders. I got 4 of these in here. Hopefully you're in the lead, so you won't. Counter catcher, I kind of went back and forth, but counter catcher, I'm usually up early with this build, so we definitely want to just go boss's orders 4. Just start hitting, pulling everybody you want to pull. So if you've got Raikou out and you're smashing people, get somebody up there that's going to hurt them. If you got, your Iron Hands, you can grab that extra prize card. So Arven is a key card here. We definitely want to get our Arvens and get them early and often. They let you get electric generators. They could let you get a secret box. They could grab you a tool. Pretty much everything here except the stadium and the boss's orders, Arven can get you. Okay, so Arven's a big one. Now your stadium, you're going to want to either get that off the secret box or off some chance your secret box is prized. You might want to try to grab it off your Forest Seal Stone so you could get your Area 0 Underdepths up, expand out that bench. Future Booster Energy Capsule, again, this is kind of a flex card. I really like the Future Booster Energy Capsule. It does two things. It allows your Iron Hands to retreat for no cost. He has a 4 retreat cost, so Rescue Board doesn't help with that one. But it also allows you to do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So take something like Iron Hands, you know, his weakness really is his low damage output, right? 160, 120. But if you add 20 to that, like let's say amp you very much, right? So we're going to put a Future Booster Energy Capsule on him. So now he's doing 140, okay? Now if you have a Zapdos in play, he's doing 150. If you get Regieleki VMAX in there, 180 to take an extra prize card, or 220, which is a very important number to hit. 220 is going to let you get that arm press up to 220, so kind of like that magic number. There's a lot of things like your Teal Mask Ogre Ponds that are 210. Your what is it? You got the Regidrago Vs are 220 before they evolve. So a lot of things in there are going to be 220, 210. That's a great number to hit. Ultra Ball just kind of lets you pull again a little more ability to pull some of these guys in here. Main targets, assuming you get to pull everybody, maybe a Magneton. You can't get him off Miraidon or a Nest Ball. Maybe a Regieleki VMAX if you're trying to add a little more firepower and you got your V down. And as far as energy goes, I put 16 basics. And I do have the one double turbo. That double turbo is in there for Iron Hands specifically. Again, that one could be a flex. It does cause Iron Hands to hit 20 less, which isn't a huge issue because we have a lot of ways to increase damage in this deck. But yeah, the double turbo energy also kind of a flex card. But 16 basic energies allow you to hit your generators and do all that. So all that being said, let us go ahead and get into some gameplay here. Okay, the Marty, let's go. Alright, now we're always going to go second here, if we can. No, we do not want to go first. Let's see what our starting 7 is. Okay, so with this one, you know, Pikachu EX is not a bad starter. 1 retreat, can't get knocked out in 1 shot. We'll go with that. Let's see, we do have the Nest Ball. We got 2 options with a Nest Ball here. We can either go with Miraidon or Squawkabilly. Yes, the Arven is big news. So we actually could Arven to a secret box. So let's do that. Well, assuming we have a secret box. I guess we're about to find out. We do. And a Forest Seal. Always a good way to go. Let's see what else we have in here. Fez, Iron, Latias, 2 Miraidons, 1 Raichu. Do we not have any Raikou? Oh wow, both our Raikous are prized. Okie dokie. This will be interesting. Alright. Let us go secret box. Dump these. And we might need that for the Forest Seal Stone, actually. Let's dump the Bravery Charm. Alright. So our item is here, or our supporter can be here. We'll want that. We have Rescue Board to get Pika out of the way, and this guy. Okay. So, we got a good setup, so what we're going to do is just go ahead and grab Miraidon. We're going to let Squawky ride. Super unfortunate we don't have Raichus. Those are my favorite attackers early game. But that's alrighty then. Pop this up. Stick that on. Let's get a couple guys going here. Well, don't really need to load the bench. Now here's a trick. Do not load the bench unless you have to. Leave those spots. So like these guys right now aren't going to bring any value to this turn. You can always get them next turn with your Miraidon. We're only going to grab these two. Okay. It's always a good idea you get your Magnemite out because he can evolve. And we're going to get a Regieleki V out just so that we can stick that for a Seal Stone on there. Okay, now we're going to need some electric generators to pop. Oh boy, just one. Oh boy, here we go. Actually, you know what we could do? We could go Squawkabilly with this, and then I've just wasted an Arven. Or I could go straight into a generator. Let's squawk it up. Waste an Arven. Shouldn't have grabbed that off the secret box. Oh, see? Now, that is money in the house. That's what we're talking about. Let's pop this bad boy. Oh, yes. I'm actually going to save this guy. No reason to use it this turn. And that is how we get going. And a victory. See that? Beautiful setup. They knew they were toast. Big, powerful deck. Gotta love it.